players there. So we're going to see a huge rotate coming in from Luminosity, leaving only one player, that's Lex, over at bomb site B to defend that. But Cloud9 hasn't actually really dedicated towards the bomb site A take yet.
Yeah, not quite. They do have Shroud sitting inside the squeaky door right now. The bomb is outside the A main. There are 4 players kind of gathered up here, but I think this might be a potential late split on A, trying to get some players up the highway. You do see Skadoodle getting boosted. I think one other player just got boosted as well. So they're trying to spill out, but Peter will be in the CT connector with the P2K. Able to do a little bit of damage. Abe also here at highway contesting this push, but they are going to start dropping back into the sites, and the main execution should be taking place momentarily.
Whoa, Flom and Peter taking down 2, but Shroud getting 2 for himself. He's taking now control of most of bomb site A. Freakazoid getting 1 as well, but Lex comes out of nowhere and cleans up 2 kills. Now down to a 1-on-1 Anger against Shroud.
Yeah, it's going to be this 1-on-1 here. The bomb has been picked up by Shroud. He's trying to cross into the side, but Anger is definitely sliding this cross from the highway. He'll find the headshot over the barrels. And so Luminosity holds off that A split quite well. Definitely just, I think it boiled down to they had heavy numbers at new and that boost came into play. And Cloud9 maybe wasn't expecting that.
I mean, there you have it. We talked about Anger in the pregame here, and we talked about Shroud and how great he is. Everybody loves Shroud, knows how solid he is as a player. But there you go, a one-on-one situation. Anger makes it happen for his team, gets the kill, and brings his team their first round of the game. So what a great start for Luminosity, and partly, frankly, off the back of Anger, who is sometimes here, sometimes not.
Right.
This needs to be one of those nights where he's here.
Yeah, as he usually is, at least definitely with online play. Like, he has 6 stats almost every season, so this is, you know, kind of typical Anger. But we are going to see Cloud9 gathering up lots of numbers at Squeaky Door, so this heavy Squeaky play I was talking about going to come into effect in a save rather than just a gun round. But, oh, they catch Flom off completely. Freakazoid, nice beating in with the Tech 9. Abe is going to respawn from the forklift with at least 1 trade. Peter also coming in with this retake, able to grab a frag on the Freak. So it's going to be a 3 versus 5 hold here. At least Cloud9 gets the bomb plant, but they could still steal this round.
Abe was able to do so much damage there off that forklift. Still alive, and Lex finally coming in. It was such a long rotate, but Skadoodle is still on the bomb site. Skadoodle refusing to go down with that Tech 9. Now a 1-on-2, and he almost manages to take down Abe. They know where he is.
Man.
Oh, great timing there by Abe and Anger. Good teamwork working together to get that kill. But
and he almost won the round. Maybe he did.
Exactly. I mean,
no, not quite. Real close, though.
A little bit of camera work giving me a heart attack there by our cameraman, Kevin.
Zooming in on the bomb.
Taking the camera off the bomb timer. But, I mean, what do you make of that eco round? I think that's pretty successful overall for Cloud9. You get the bomb plant, and you get 4 out of 5 kills, too.
Like I said, Cloud9 loves to do these heavy squeaky plays on A. Like, usually you'll see a lot of teams just kind of stick 1 player in there just to be a nuisance and try to maybe do a little bit of spam damage to the site player or pull rotations or hold players in the A bomb site or what have you. But the main attack will either be B in that case or at mid or something. Whereas C9 loves to stack, you know, 3 or so guys in there and try to make a push out the door quick to the site. And that's what they went for. They had a nice pop flash from A main to make that happen appropriately, and they got in, they got the bomb down. And you will see that play happen again on gun rounds, probably with some added smoke cover in the process, and it may pan out much better in that scenario.
So Flom already falling to Skadoodle early in this round. That's going to make a huge difference because with only 4 players, it's so hard to defend both bomb sites and middle. But Abe evens things out with a nice headshot, peeking into that A main area.
Right, as we do see Shroud, you know, trying to do a span. That is his normal spot on T-side. He kind of anchors the squeaky door area. Even when it's not a heavy squeaky play, he's that solo guy in there. Like I said, trying to be that nuisance, trying to hold off rotations, trying to do a little bit of spam damage here or there. And really just be annoying is kind of your goal. And if you can get a pick or something, that's just kind of bonus. As Cloud9 is going to be boosting up a couple of players to try to get out mid here late. Skadoodle leading the way here with nothing. Anger will be the guy in CT connector with the FAMAS, but he's playing real passive, just checking the vent cross, not actually going for the main peak at mid. As nothing will kind of creep up the highway. He may catch someone off guard because of this. Oh, no, Peter waiting for him with the optic quad.
Peter, great off shot. He's going to be so hard to get out of there with that off, holding that quad box so well. Gets the last kill of the round. Abe picking up some for himself as well. I mean, wow, that round just went about as well as it could have for Luminosity. An early buy for Cloud9 because they did get that bomb planted, and now they're back to square one with another eco round.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to take a save here, especially if they want to get an op on Skadoodle in the next round. It's you know, quite quite forced that they do this. I mean, they don't have much of a choice, as we do see them, you know, pretty much have. They don't even have any nades at all.
Buy. They didn't even upgrade their pistols, really.
Yeah, and no nades. So that just leads me to believe they're just going to straight up bum rush something as quick as possible. They're boosting 3 players, so they're just going to run out mid as quick as possible. They have no nades to work with.
Well, Peter's going to have to be quick with these shots. Misses another.
And they're trying to run out mid now and actually get some pressure on the highway. Sean actually did get a pick. Peter only able to get 1 kill before Shroud 1-Ds him, and Sean Garris has picked up the op. So this is actually turning into quite the dangerous round in a situation where hardly any money was invested from C9 whatsoever. But Flom looking to try to rescue things. He does get the headshot pick on the Shroud through highway. And they do have, you know, C9 pretty much boxed in at mid at this point. So they should be able to close this out. But, oh, Sean finding anger. And now it's a 2 versus 2.
Wow, what a lucky kill by Flom. If he had gone down earlier, then bomb site A would already belong to Cloud9. As it is, they're going to have to root him out and get the kill before they try to make the plant. Here he is doing a whole lot of damage to Freakazoid, but Freakazoid made it by. He's actually going to go for the bomb plant while Sean Garris keeps Flom busy. Flom now going to have to wait for Lex to come in and get 2 massive kills on the retake. Going to be able to defuse with plenty of time left, and Lex picks up the op. I mean, Lex has been playing lights out in this game. I bet you're feeling a little sad you took him off at the last minute from your Vulcan lineup.
Well, since I replaced them with Peter, they're doing about the same.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm okay for right now, but I am a bit concerned that Peter struggled so hard that particular round. I mean, like I said, Cloud9 invested no dollars. And he missed some really key shots, and he only got 1 before getting killed, and Sean was able to get a pick, grab an op, get a couple more kills, and made that round very dangerous. There's no way C9 should have even got a bomb plant that round. So
yeah, if you're facing off against a big eco rush like that, and you have an op, you better land your shots or at least back up and get out of there. He didn't do either, so.
And they tried to just rush through a smoke at mid, and everyone got caught. Anger playing inside the vents, getting 3 kills that round. And that's kind of big. I'm surprised.
What in the world just happened in that
was so weird. I don't know why they felt the need to push through that mid smoke so quickly. I mean, they pop flashed through the smoke. Freakazoid ran out by himself, got killed immediately by Abe. Shroud follows him, gets killed by Anger inside the vents, and that was the first round they had an op for Skadoodle, and they didn't even let him use it. I mean,
that was insane. Usually, you got that op on Skadoodle, you might send him mid, maybe on the blue spot, and try
let him do something. Let him give you a chance to win the round. I mean, half the team died before he even did anything.
Yeah. I mean, you have a really strong opper. You're going to want to get the entry frag with him if you can, or at least a pick at mid. But instead, I mean, he was the last one alive, and he was just caught completely off guard when they hit him from mid. It was a complete disaster. It played out like an eco round, but they had a full buy, including an op. So
it's one of the fastest
huge miss
I've witnessed.
Yeah, I didn't even know what was going on. What a mistake by Cloud9, and wow, Luminosity up 5-0. This is huge.
I mean, I understand you want to take fast mid control. That's something, like, with that, you can do so much. I mean, the meta of this map really is dictated by who can control mid and who can exploit it. And so I can understand the idea that that's something you want to have in your control, but just the way they went about it just seemed really odd. They forced themselves through a smoke that they could have just waited that out. Let Skadoodle get a pick with the op or something first, then come to mid. Instead, they just, you know, kind of threw all their chips in on 2 guys running through a smoke, and they both got blitzed, and that was pretty much the end of it. But they still do have 4 AKs up this round. You know, Skadoodle does have the Tech 9, but everyone else has AKs, and they're looking to go for the A split, but Peter going to be here in this fight with the op, going to find the first kill. Abe also chiming in with a couple of his own. In fact, that's 3 of his own.
Abe. Good thing he saved Peter's life there. Peter actually missed another op shot, but Abe has been so on point. 4 headshot kills in that round for Peter. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. He is unstoppable over there at A. I mean, it's almost a shame that Pith is coming to North America at all. If only Abe,
your mouth, all right?
If only Abe was able to put up a performance like this every day, could you imagine?
I mean, he wasn't even a bad player. He just got the short end of the stick when some other better opportunities or whatever kind of came around.
I'm not at all implying that Abe is a bad player.
Oh, yeah, I know. I wasn't trying to throw you in the bus, I promise. I have that Shroud gets boosted, finds a couple of kills this time around at mid. Abe able to take down nothing, though, and at least kind of minimize the bleeding as much as possible. But Cloud9 has definitely gained control of this mid, and from here, they have a lot of options.
Yeah, they know there's going to be at most 1 guy on one of these bomb sites. If they get an early pick, then they just got to look out for the potential for a double stack on one of them, and then they know that the bomb site is theirs. So just working that 1 pick, they still got over a minute left. They've got plenty of time. And Shroud is very low health, though, so I'd love to see him just stay back. He is right now, as you can see, just kind of guarding the flank here. As Lex, though, peeks out, gets one, but goes down to Skadoodle. It was, in fact, a mid and bomb site A play by the other two players, but Abe rotates in exactly where he needs to be yet again and gets the kill, stopping the bomb plant.
Yeah, Skadoodle down to 1 versus 2. What an op shot on the Flom right there. Now put himself in a 1 versus 1. The bomb is in the site. He will pick it up. He is going to go for the plant. Abe waiting here in heaven. Going to step out. He already has 3 kills to his name this round. He's had quite a half so far as he's going to go for this 1 versus 1 clutch. But Skadoodle just too quick. Big 3K for him. And finally, C9 puts a round on the board.
I mean, when you have your two oppers facing off against each other and Peter decides to engage, even though they have the bomb down, Skadoodle has to kill one of them in order to get to the bomb site safely and get the plant. So you have 2 options. You can try to engage and get the kill, or you can back off, let him try to get to the site and engage him at the same time with Abe, who's covering from the heaven area. But he decided to engage. He missed his shot with his off. He was basically just outplayed by Skadoodle, outshot by Skadoodle. And that was the end of it. So maybe a bit of a mistake there by Peter, and great play by Skadoodle on both of those kills.
Yeah, definitely good work here as Cloud9 slowing things down a bit, not going for the fast mid like they've tried to do the last couple of gun rounds. They're definitely just kind of more default. You know, they got shot at Squeaky Door, trying to be annoying. Got a couple of guys at A main. The bomb's still sitting actually in mid garage, so no real commitment anywhere. Shroud takes a good amount of nade damage right there, down to 66. He will get away with his life. He'll just kind of fall back, just trying to throw down some spam, trying to see how annoying he can be. And I'm curious what the end game here is for C9. They still have a couple of players towards mid. I think Sean spotted Lex at highway, trying to trade some damage there, but finding no picks quite yet. And we'll just have to see how this plays out. As Freak finally comes in for the entry and gets one.
Yeah, but Abe is there waiting. He falls, though, to Shroud, who's taking control of the bomb site. Meanwhile, nothing, getting Lex on the other side, playing that mid, waiting for the rotate. It was really well played by him, and now Peter stuck in a 1 versus 2 situation. He's actually going to switch up to the M4 as he makes his way into the bomb site. Shroud ready for him with a headshot on the AK-47, and that gives Cloud9 the second round of the game for them. That's 2 in a row, and that means the money situation for Luminosity not looking good at all.
Yeah, I mean, Abe has quite an amount of bank, but no one else really has anything to work with at all. So you might see him drop some 5-7.
Yeah, he's just going to buy some guns, exactly, some pistols.
Yeah, so I mean, Cloud9 finally having a bit more success at mid than they had in the opening gun round for sure, and also just in general, their A splits have been pretty on point. So that's kind of what you're seeing here so far, is they're finally kind of minimalizing the impact that, you know, Peter and Abe are having defending that A bomb site, and then also just being able to exploit mid a lot better now.
Oh, Lex, good positioning there with that kill on Sean Garris as he tried to make his way into checkers. Makes it 5 versus 4, but Abe falls to Freakazoid early in the round, and this opens up bomb site A unless the rotate comes in pretty fast. Shroud now gets pushed from behind by Peter, though. Nothing, getting the trade-out kill, but it might not be enough because there's still Flom on bomb site A. He takes down Freakazoid, and now it's 2 versus 2.
Here, so even on a save, LG has a chance to shock and maybe steal around. And Lex does have this AK towards the truck. He's able to pick up one, but Skadoodle gonna find himself in another clutch situation. He does have the op. Bomb is gonna get planted. He will work his way around to the other side of the site. Meanwhile, Lex playing inside the smoke. Skadoodle will miss a shot. Lex trying to use a flash to attack Ska, but Ska is going to avoid it and finds the kill again. And that's just the type of plays that Skadoodle can make.
Yeah.
He's the best opera in North America, hands down.
Yeah, I mean, even in these kind of close quarter situations, Skadoodle can be on fire. He's great with the no-scopes even. But that's, I think, at least 2 rounds, if not all 3, that Skadoodle has effectively won for Cloud9. Even when it's not a 1 versus X situation, Skadoodle's able to get the kills that are needed to win these rounds for Cloud9. I mean, he's basically been it for Cloud9, and thank goodness for them that that they made that pickup, because otherwise I think Luminosity would easily have 8 rounds at least in this game. And there you go, Skadoodle now starting off this round with a kill on Peter on bomb site A.
Yeah, I think Shroud's been pretty key to it a lot of these rounds, you know, getting effective trades when some of his teammates have gone down. He's always been able to kind of keep it even, not allow LG to get huge advantages off picks. But see, Anger catching a nice pop flash there to take down nothing, but the attack is going to be at the A bomb site.
They've got 2 on B.
Yeah.
They're going to have to rotate in quick as the rush comes into bomb site A. A playing on the forklift, able to surprise Skadoodle from behind. Sean Gares gets the kill, though, but Flom still to be reckoned with on the bomb site. Forced to reload, and Sean Gares picks up the kill on him, but Anger and Lex are rotating in.
Yeah, they're trying to do this retake here. 2 versus 2. Sean getting real blind, but the bomb is down. He's got Freakazoid over here at quad. He does spot Anger over towards the forklift, so getting a little bit of information here in this clutch situation is Anger trying to wheel around the site right now. Lex does get the pick on Sean, and Anger will find Freak, and they will get the defuse, and that puts an end to that 3-round winning streak that Cloud9 was able to put together.
Great team effort by Anger and Lex there at the end. Keeping pressure on both sides. That way Cloud9 can't take this kind of in a 2-on-1 at a time. You know, a lot of the time if you're playing terrorists, you have the bomb planted. The CTs are forced to come after you, and they'll probably do it from 2 different directions. Now, your best option in that situation is to both peek one of the directions at the same time, do it a 2-on-1. At the very worst, you're going to get a trade-out kill. They weren't really able to do that, though, because Lex and Anger did such a good job of putting pressure on both sides at the same time. So it's just a textbook retake. And look at this, Cloud9, even though they won 3 in a row, they're back to an eco round.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of rebuys taking place. I mean, think about those 1v1 situations we saw. I mean, 2 of the rounds they won were off of 1v1, so that's 4 guns lost and rebuys taking place all the time. So, yeah, I mean, their economy never really got to that high of a level, to be honest. As, like you said, they're going to be forced to save in this round. Once again, looking for some type of heavy squeaky door play with the bomb sitting inside there with another player, looking to maybe try to explode on this site in just a moment.
Yeah, Flom is in a dangerous spot here. He's got to find an area of cover. He's going to move back into the bomb site. This is actually going to be a great fire he throws out as Cloud9 rushes the site. Yeah, kind of a messy spray down there by Flom, but nice headshot with the USP that he pulls out on the secondary. Shroud coming in with the deagle. He's going to fall to Abe. Abe getting a whole mess of kills in that round, in addition to Flom. Peter picking one up as well, and Luminosity doing a pretty good job of holding back that eco rush from Cloud9.
Yeah, definitely, because, I mean, yeah, I know this map still probably in many people's minds, the CT side, it used to definitely be that way, but I think the meta, especially with, you know, more people focusing on mid on T side and such, really has made it to where there's a lot of opportunities for Ts to get rounds on this map. I don't think it's a crazy 11-4, 12-3 map for CTs. I think it really is more of that 9-6.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right now. So the fact that they are holding C9 to 3 rounds so far in 11 rounds is actually quite an accomplishment. If they can keep this up, they definitely put themselves in a good chance to close this map out. As we
huge push coming in today. Unbelievable. Flom just goes down instantly to nothing. I mean, they didn't even bother to walk in there. Flom knew they were coming, but they made the better of him. Peter getting one to even things out. But on 3-on-4, this is going to be a difficult retake.
Yeah, very difficult here for LG, but they're going to go for it as Anger is going to lead the way with this AK. Throwing some flashes in. Strat located at quad. Sean inside the site. Anger trying to spill in here, but Lex is going to be able to get him, but at least C9's able to trade and stay ahead the whole way through, thanks to Skadoodle mostly with those 2 kills there at the end. And, yeah, C9, you know, they've put together some good rounds here or there. It's just not often enough.
Yeah, but that was just amazing. I mean, it's like they got fed up with this slow play. They're getting outshot. They're getting outflanked, outmaneuvered. So this time they were just like, hey, let's do an A-take. They just charged right in there. Nothing running his way all the way through the squeaky door, opening it up, and just getting the easy kill on Flom. And, wow, I mean, they completely changed it up. Now going back to more passive play here, the pick and roll style. That
I did want to point out one thing really quick. With Freakazoid coming to this team as an entry fragger, you're seeing Nothing take a lot more lurk rolls in a lot of these rounds.
Yeah.
Maybe not that round, but look at him this round. He's by himself at B, while you know Skadoodle, Freakazoid, and Sean Gares kind of traveling in the pack, with Shroud kind of being that role player, or basically doing whatever he feels comfortable with. So you may note this trend going forward that Nothing may take more of a lurking role now that Freak's on the team. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, you're going to expect some changes. I mean, obviously, this is not something we're used to seeing Nothing do a whole lot of. But when you got a new team, you're going to have to make some changes, shake it up a bit. Lex going down easily to Nothing with that deagle. That's a pretty expensive buy to not even do any damage. And the rest of the team falling in short order afterwards. That's a good anti-eco for Cloud9, and they pick up round number 5. So, I mean, this could be an 8-7 half, and that's great news for Cloud9.
See, I've always thought that Nothing would be a good lurker, just because his movement is so good. And usually, I mean, while he's not like a strat caller or an analyst or anything, he is a smart player. He is very methodical. He does think things through quite a lot. And I think in general, he has pretty decent natural timings on when to peak and things like that. So I think he has the skill set to be a solid lurker. With Freak coming in as an entry frag, it only makes sense for him to maybe consider playing that role, since Shroud definitely doesn't want to play that role. Sean's the caller, he doesn't want to do it, so it makes sense that he would slide for that role if it's needed. But a lot of people are moving away from using lurkers. A lot of teams will just travel in packs together instead.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dangerous move because you're putting that guy at big risk, especially on an anti-eco. They could get the kill on him and then use his gun to their advantage, or just save it for next round. So it does have its challenges, but it can be useful as well, depending on the situation, how good they are, frankly. Peter, whoa, super aggressive play, and they needed this because they are already down 2 guys. Now evening it out to 3-on-3. He's going to move all the way back to the bomb site and defend it, but Cloud9 has unlimited options here as they control middle.
Yeah, 3-on-3 as they're actually going to slide through the vents and come into B, so it's going to be Anger. You know, who is the anchor here? Got the whole by himself. The gap in the smoke allows Anger to peek through for the headshot. Tries to step for another one, but Shroud able to make the trade, get into the site, and he will get this bomb planted. Skadoodle going for checkers with the spots Abe at the edge of the smoke, grabs the kill, and leaves Peter all alone. 1 versus 2, trying to slip through the corner of the smoke to see if he can't get into the site. He will, but Skadoodle is right there to trade it back. And that's probably, out of the 6 rounds you've seen C9 win, I feel probably at least 4 of them I've seen Skadoodle close it out. So, I mean, he's very effective.
I mean, not only close it out, but a lot of time he gets the first kill, too. So, I mean, if you can manage to get the first kill and the last kill of every round for your team, that is a great skill set to have. And that's the amazing thing about being a good opper. You can get that early kill, make the whole round your team's advantage, at least on a numbers side, and then you can just kind of play passive. You've already given your team the advantage. Let them take a bomb site, and then just make sure you stay alive and you're able to close things out.
Yeah, now he's
really a master of that.
Yeah, LG kind of on a broken buy this round, playing really aggressive at mid. They're playing that counter boost spot with Flom. They also have Anger playing inside the vents. Ollie comes in to flush Flom out, though. Pretty smart, but he just slides in the closet with the CZ, so he still might be... Oh, they're just doing so well, flushing him out of every spot he tries to take.
I mean, he made a lot of noise when he was pushed back into that corner, and they were boosted up there, so they knew exactly where he was.
Right.
Obviously, great communication on Cloud9 to call that out and throw that second Molotov in.
Yeah, I think they wanted to use that to clear out vents, though, so they kind of maybe used one too many mollies that they could have used to clear out vents, which is where Anger's playing, and he's been playing there quite a lot, actually. So I think they maybe would have thought to do that, but doesn't have it, as Peter's actually getting a huge pop flash from his teammates. Steps in, grabs 2 kills. Skadoodle able to get it back to at least a 3-on-3, and here comes Shroud out the door, able to get a pick as well. So the A-bomb side has been taken. Les Lex holds it down with this really cool Mag 7, but yeah, not going to happen. 8-7 half here.
Wow, so it's about an even half. I mean, some people do still call this. I mean, he's playing at a pro level here. He should be contributing a little better than he is, especially for an entry frag. You expect their scoreline to be higher, not lower.
Right, but I'll say another thing that he is adding, though. I mean, you're absolutely right. Like, I'm not going to say you're wrong. You're right. I mean, he needs to be contributing a bit better if this team wants to excel. But I would say that the other thing he's able to do is, because he's the first guy in the site, Shroud never has to worry about taking up that role. And he shouldn't have to. He should be able to be that second or third guy in. You want him in the late round and mid round. You want him to be able to clean up kills and be in the later part of the rounds and clutch for you and things like that. So having Freak being able to go in first allows Shroud to never have to worry about doing that.
Oh, look at this play. A 3-stack all the way up into B from the CTs on Cloud9. Abe was ready for one of them, but Freakazoid getting the trade-out kill. Anger and Peter picking up headshots, though. Flom getting Skadoodle as well over at bomb site A. Lex cleaning things up on nothing. And wow, what a great round for Luminosity. I mean, that was a unique play by Cloud9, pushing into B with 3 players like that. But it's dangerous. If you fall quickly, then that's pretty much it for you.
Yeah, I've actually seen a lot of teams doing that on this map on CT side, actually pushing B with heavy numbers. And it's because you can, go through mid-garage and come up highway so quickly to help retake A if they're not actually at B. Yeah. And a lot of teams do like to rush B on pistol rounds or do some type of mid-B split through vents and mid. So, like, it's a gamble, yeah, because you're stacking 3, but the rotate time's not that long. So, and retaking A is much easier than retaking B. And we are going to see C9 trying to contest a bit here with a bit of upgraded pistols. Nothing actually did collect a frag and picked up a Galil. And Lex is at pretty low HP, but not going to be able to get him. But Shroud will fall down from the vents and find a couple. And it puts Skadoodle here in a 1 versus 2. He's only got a USP and he's smoked off. So this is going to be a much harder than the other 1v2s we saw in the earlier game.
Yeah, somehow I don't give him quite as good of odds. as the other 1v2s. If he can pull this off, it'll be a miracle. He's got that USP. He's got no armor, but both of his opponents are relatively hurt. That second smoke is going to enable them to easily take the bomb site.
He actually got some damage on the Flom.
Yeah, he almost killed Flom there, but Abe was ready for it. It's kind of the same thing that happened actually earlier, only it was Skadoodle who got the kill, watching his teammates back over on bomb site B. So turnaround there is Skadoodle the one falling this time to the same sort of positioning, and a strong start here to this half for Luminosity.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. This is big for them because, yeah, they had a huge lead in the first half when they went up 5-0, 6-0, but there towards the end, they actually lost. Out of the last 9 rounds, they lost 7 of those. So they really did allow Cloud9 back in the game on that T side. And so being able to win pistol, you know, not allowing themselves to get eco, that keeps them in the game. That stops the comeback from happening and keeps them ahead. And so that's definitely big, especially when you're kind of considered the underdog.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're definitely considered the underdog, really, if you look at any of the odds from any of the sites that are available. But another eco round now from Cloud9. They invested quite a bit into the last one, so they're back to just P250s here as Lex picking up a kill on mid as Sean Gare's there. Nothing still to be contested with at mid, but taking a huge amount of damage. Oh, Shroud pushing in to the squeaky door, gets caught by surprise by Anger, who picks up another on nothing. Meanwhile, Lex racking up another kill for himself over at mid, and it's now just down to Freakazoid.
Yeah, Freakazoid in a 1 versus 5 with a Dream and a 250, and the Dream's dead. I mean, there was no hope there.
That's a perfect round for Luminosity, and that's important too because Anger and Peter only had Tech 9s, so I mean, they weren't all that invested into that round.
Yeah,
and
right.
that gives Peter the opportunity to buy an op here if he chooses to.
I'm kind of curious how Cloud9 wants to use Skadoodle's op. I mean, a lot of teams will kind of move it around. Like, you'll see some rounds they'll go, if they have the spawn, they'll go for the aggressive B lobby pick. Sometimes they'll play passive mid with the op. Sometimes you stick him at A quad. So are they going to float him around, or are they going to kind of keep him, you know, stable in just kind of a fixed position? This round, he is being used over at the B, or just, you know, quad area at A. So I'm curious to see if they'll move him around a lot, though. Probably
huge investment onto A in this round. Even defending middle from
mid.
from the highway position. So Luminosity has control of middle, but one of them falling, that's Abe. But Flom able to get that trade-out kill. Very important, obviously, especially on T-side. I think by default on a map like this, those T-side trade kills are usually to your favor, even if it's
absolutely
1-1.
Yeah, 1-to-1s favor T's all day long because you're causing rotations to happen on the CT side. You're either causing them to, say, gamble and then only have one person at a site or give up a site completely, and you're going to hit that site with 3 or 4 players. So definitely favors T's all day long for 1-for-1
And in fact, we only have one person. It's Skadoodle defending bomb side A. We do have one other player playing near the truck, that's Shroud. He's going to have to rotate in fast. It's Skadoodle holding down the site by himself. Gets one on Peter. He's flamed out, but he pushes in. Gets another on Flom. Oh my God, he kills Lex as well. That's 3 kills on the round, and it's now all just down to Anger. He goes down to nothing, and man, I mean, Skadoodle needed to perform in that round, and he did.
Man, raise your skadongers, man. Raise your skadongers.
Wow, I mean, if anyone is wondering why Cloud9 would be willing to pay, you know, 5 figures for a Skadoodle contract, there it is right there. And I mean, he's done that several times this game.
Pick up a ska, he's gonna doodle. I mean,
yeah,
that's what it is. Like, I mean, raise your skadongers. Like, this dude, he makes plays like that all the time. Like, he's such a good player. And I mean, look, he's holding A by himself, playing in a Molotov, able to time it perfectly to get out of it and get a kill, find more, and I mean, just getting those multi-frags. I mean, yeah, sure, you can fault Luminosity for not being able to trade that better, and that would be a good thing to point out, but at the same time, that's just Skadoodle making sick plays, and I mean, he does that a lot.
I mean, you could have thrown some utility at that site, too. They really were very light on the utility, and they have been.
Well, they thought that fire would do the job, and it just didn't. Skadoodle played around it so well.
Yeah, I mean, a smoke might have been a little more effective. He definitely would have been able to kill 3 of you. He probably would have got a lucky spam through the smoke on one player, but then the rest of you could rotate around the box and get him. I mean, something needed to be done.
I mean, the fire was appropriate, but you just got to trade him. You can't.
It was a good fire, yeah.
Okay, you got to get out faster, I guess, with your other players and trade that better. But either way, this Skadoodle, you know, doing really well in this debut, which was kind of expected, to be honest. As we do see LG trying to get their way into B this time around. Anger did get a pick, but nothing playing around this smoke. He's able to step out, but he isn't going to get picked up by Lex, not able to get the kill. Actually, Shroud rotating in from heaven with his M4. He will find two, kind of, you know, able to turn the tides just a bit.
Shroud ran out of bullets there. What a shame, because he had such a great shot. But now it's going to be down to Sean Gares on this 1-on-2 retake. Oh, gets the kill onto Anger. Now 1-1. Lex does not have the bomb planted yet.
He just barely dodged that grenade, too. Like, that would have killed him right there. He's actually get the plant, but the Molly will flush him out. He takes so much damage from that, and Sean able to clean it up. Just really smart use of the nades there from Sean in that 1-versus-1. He'll grab the op for Skadoodle, and he'll get on this defuse, and it'll be Cloud9 working towards that tie here pretty soon if things keep up this way. And, yeah, you know, moving Skadoodle around is definitely what we're kind of noticing. Also, on this map from CT side, there's so many different philosophies on how you can play mid. You can either play it really aggressive, like with 3 players just playing mid and doing counter boost or different things like that. You can play it semi-aggressive, have like 1 player in Vince who can still help the 1B player while you have the guy passive CT or highway or whatever. Or you can just give it up completely and play the sites. And it seems like C9 is doing a pretty good job of changing that up and keeping...
Yeah, there you have it right here, playing this very aggressive mid push. On an anti-eco. That was a bit of a risk there. Had Luminosity decided to come out mid, it might have actually gone in their favor. But instead, they're going to try for bomb side A. It's going to be Sean Gares there defending. Forced forward by a Molotov, but again, you're not seeing the trade-out kill come out from Luminosity. Sean Gares still alive on the bomb site as his team
really got killed by it. But that second P2K kill is kind of impressive. I thought he was pretty much done for after ran out both of the M4, but to my surprise, not so, as it'll be Freakazoid and company with a 3-on-2 retake against 2 very low HP players here from LG.
Yeah, both of them falling quickly. But I mean, getting a couple kills, getting the bomb plant, that's really all you want to try to do on an eco round. I mean, ideally you win it somehow, but we're not talking about like a Tech 9 head armor buy or anything. That was just a pure old eco, and I call that a pretty successful one. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how they didn't manage to get that kill on Sean Gares on their entry into that site. They really should have got that kill earlier, especially on an eco. You've got to just rush in and get those kills early.
That's actually twice that they've tried to clear that spot with fire, and they lost.
I mean,
they lost 2 players to Sean that round, one of which was a P2K. That's kind of crazy, but then there's obviously that crazy play from Skadoodle with 3 kills from that spot. So yeah, that's kind of tough that spot's bit him like twice like that.
I mean, Sean, yeah, those fires just don't do that as much damage maybe as Luminosity thinks they do. It's going to force them forward a little bit, but they still have a gun in hand and they're able to get those kills. I mean,
when you peace out A main like that, that's what happens. You force that player to PQ A main.
Yeah,
you got to get that kill at that point, and they haven't been able to do that. They're getting outshot off the play they're trying to make there.
So just some more careful play here coming out from Luminosity, trying to give Peter ample opportunity to get an op kill at mid, should anyone peek him there. But actually you're seeing Shroud play that from the highway side very safely, and whoa, Lex, that kill through the smoke, or sorry, Lex getting killed through the smoke by nothing. Abe getting Shroud answering back though. He's brought to low health, but he's got control of the squeaky door. He's being spammed at. He's going to have to get out of there. He can't take any damage. But Peter getting an entry frag from highway onto bomb side A. Skadoodle hitting him, but through the wall there, and Flom finishes him off.
Yeah, it's crazy. This low player here at Squeaky Door, that nade will catch him, and Sean able to direct over to highway, but not able to collect the frags. Now it's going to be up to Freakazoid, as we'll see if he can clutch this 1-versus-2, trying to come up the highway. He is going to get smoked off. He's going to try to flash his way through it and press anyway. Checking the truck at TT spawn, not spotting anybody. Spots Anger in the middle, but unable to get the kill, and so Luminosity holds off that tie for a little bit longer here, now at 12-10. And that's just a good job there from Luminosity. I mean, that they brought so much attention to Squeaky Door that Peter's able to slip through highway uncontested and get a pick and open up that A bomb site.
Yeah. I mean, we saw this earlier on in the first half. Luminosity, these rounds they lose, they're keeping it pretty close. I mean, they're usually not just running in and all getting killed at once, without getting 1 or 2 kills at least. They force a lot of rebuys, so again, you're seeing Cloud9 onto an eco round. Luminosity should win this one really easily, and then you're talking about 13-10. You're only 2 rounds away from at least a tie game. Who knew? Who thought Luminosity would be this close to winning this game?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely were the heavy underdog coming into this game. Obviously, we didn't know how Cloud9 was going to mesh, but at the same time, they're with a new in-game leader and Opera and Abe as a stand-in. So it's not as if they had the best situation either roster-wise.
Exactly.
So kind of both teams facing a similar handicap as far as getting used to a new team, but Luminosity, you know.
Oh, this flank by nothing.
I think he got spotted though.
Yeah,
he's taken care of.
He had that AK in hand, but he wasn't able to put it any use. Shroud now coming through the the vent, getting the kill on Peter and taking down Anger. Unbelievable. Shroud is on fire. That's 3 for Shroud. Flom answering back with an off shot. But Shroud in a 1 versus 2. He's got Skadoodle on his side, and Flom defending the bomb side with that off. He falls to Skadoodle. Man, Shroud, I can't believe it. On an eco round, Peter was waiting for him outside of that vent. I don't know how Shroud was fast enough to get that kill on him.
Yeah, that was definitely big, because that's probably a round that C9 loses if it's not for Shroud making that play right there.
Absolutely, all day long.
And if he loses that round, I mean, you have Luminosity really getting off, starting to pull off again and get like a decent lead going. But that win, it's obviously big because it stops that lead from increasing, and it puts, you know, Luminosity in a really tough economical situation, which gives you your best chance to tie the game that you've had in quite some time.
Yeah, I mean, that is such a shame for Luminosity. They should not have lost that round, but Shroud, just unbelievable. I don't know if Peter just didn't know he was coming or if Shroud was just that much quicker with that P250 in hand. Now we're on an eco round again for Luminosity. They're going to try a rush onto bomb side A. Sean Gares is waiting there with an off. Gets a massive no-scope onto Anger, finally taken down by A, but nothing is still there. Not letting that bomb get planted. That is key because he's stopping that money that you get, that bonus money for planting the bomb.
Yeah, really big there. Like I said, C9 winning a big round on kind of a broken buy for themselves, and it forces a save. Now they have themselves in a 12-12 tie, and the money is still not the best at Luminosity. Yeah, they can force up some kind of buy, but as you can see, they're willing to sacrifice doing so to make sure they can get an op, I guess, in the next round. So yeah, I mean, the repercussions of that big play from Shroud are just kind of exponential at this point.
Yeah, they are still feeling the impact of those kills from Shroud. Oh, that fire forcing Peter back there. We're going to try a boost on mid. To be honest, that's scary because Cloud9 has so many guys on mid. It could just be a meat grinder they're stepping into here.
Yeah, nothing playing inside the vents. He can quickly rotate the help B if he needs to, but he also gets that added pressure at mid with Shroud and Freakazoid also paying attention to it. Shroud passes from highway, but Freakazoid, you know, really aggressive in this closet. So this is one of those styles you can play at mid, and it's not that risky because, like I said, you're still so close to B in this situation. Your highway player Shroud's still pretty close to A, so you're not giving up a lot of space, yet you're challenging so much at this mid, a point that the Terrorists would love to have.
Oh, Lex Deagle headshot onto Freakazoid at mid. Wow, that's a great start to the round for them. And Abe rushing nothing in the vents.
That's so tough because nothing was just about to peek, and that's why he was going to hold the angle. Then he would have probably got the kill if he would have, but then as soon as he decides to peek, that guy rushes him. So that was unfortunate timing. But there's still, you know, a winnable situation for C9 to take their lead for the first time this game if they can find this right here. 2 versus 3. A lot of low HP players here. A nice molly here from Sean, the force one out. Pulls out the CZ, grabs a second, and now it's going to be all up to Anger. 1 versus 2 with the Deagle inside the site here. Shroud is going to jump off, and they're going to pinch them together inside the site. And Anger tries his best there, but just can't find the kill in C9. Like I said, I think this is the first time they've had to lead this game.
So Peter actually had a gun on him there as he was defending that. He had an op, and he decided to play it inside the check room. I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of that because I mean, that's the second time now that on a key round where his team should have had a good chance of winning, he's died in the checkers, wasn't able to take out the opponent who rushed him through there. And, I mean, that time he had an op. He could have just gone back into the site and played that so passively, and especially because his teammate was already there. Would have been 2 guys. He could have been backed up by his teammate on the site there, Anger, and maybe Anger could have picked up the gun had Peter fallen early, used that off to his advantage rather than relying on the Deagle. So
it was kind of unfortunate because you know the vents is a common retake spot, and that's kind of why he posted up there. But that fire just flushed him out, unfortunately. I don't think he was seeing a CT having fire that late in the round. Usually you use that for a hold off a push. But I get your point. There were maybe some positions he could have taken where you didn't have to worry about that risk. But like I said, I don't think he was expecting the fire to come in on him like that.
Yeah, that's definitely probably the case. But that's a miscalculation that cost them the round, and Cloud9 in the lead for the first time since I don't know.
Since ever.
Yeah, since the start of this game.
Yeah,
Unbelievable. Exactly. What a great comeback for them. I mean, they started off so badly.
Oh, but, Peter spotted Nothing's feet in the vent, so he has that intel there. So that means his mid player, Lex, knows that Nothing's inside the vents, and that's going to help him, you know, kind of pre-peek out and just hold this angle. And as Nothing decides to fall back, Lex can get a lot of damage. He'll actually get the kill because of it. And so great pick there from Lex, but C9 is able to get Freakazoid in there and get the trade. Now he's going to be playing inside the vents, and this actually forces Luminosity to second guess his P execution and fall back and shift focus to A.
Cloud9 has called it already. They have Shroud rotating back. He's going to beat them there. He's playing on the truck, and Sean Gears is still waiting with that off.
Yeah, able to pull off 2 nice frags as well from this corner. Three. Looks like Skadoodle from a few rounds ago, right?
Yeah.
And they're just like Luminosity cannot get past that corner player.
I mean, that wasn't an eco round, folks. They were rushing into bomb site A. They had rifles in their hands. And they didn't even really fire a shot. Sean Gears was so fast with those kills with his op. Like you said, it was very Skadoodle-like. I mean, Sean Gears, he can op. He can definitely op. He's not generally recognized one of the best ones in North America, but I mean...
Well, I think it's just because...
He's a versatile player.
Yeah, I mean, it's just because when he was the main opper for this team, he did struggle with the frag at times. Yeah. And but yeah, situationally, especially on the CT side, when you want a second op, he definitely can still give you that play that you want.
Absolutely. Now 14-12, the score for you. Cloud9 is only 2 rounds away.
Shroud spot.
Oh, could he?
Do you remember that? Season 5 CEVO LAN against iBuyPower in the finals?
Yeah, absolutely,
man. Game into overtime on Cash from this spot.
And we still call it the Shroud spot to this day.
At least in NA we do. I don't know about the rest of the world, but
I mean, we also eat poutine in NA and hamburgers, so.
Well, you guys eat poutine. I wish we had poutine in the States, but we don't, man. It's really depressing.
You might find some in Massachusetts.
Okay. I'm in the South where, you know, we have a lot of seafood, but no poutine. Well, which is ridiculous because we're all fat down here, so I don't get why we don't have a fat food like poutine. But you think gravy and fries, Southerners would be all over that, but it just doesn't.
Oh, Peter, no! Shroud has him right where he wants him, and there you have it. The Shroud spot paying dividends.
Ruin my poutine talk, but whatever. Continue. People want to hear about CS anyway, I'm sure.
Oh man, Abe, sorry, falling on the lurk as well. Skadoodle, the kill through the smoke. Freakazoid finishing things off, and that round ending so fast. I don't know. Things just went wrong on all sides there. They went for kind of a fake out at A as they rotated the bomb fast back to B, but there was no reason to rotate anyone out of B because, I mean, Peter fell
Shroud A on lockdown.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you know Shroud is going to be able to just put off engaging as long as he wants because generally, I mean, people know about that spot. It's not a secret, but
but they haven't used it yet this game until there.
And it always works once.
You let your guard down.
Works once, exactly.
And when you let your guard down whenever you've been playing all these rounds and no one's ever done that to you. You kind of let your guard down, check in that spot, and then it gets you that one time. Now, obviously, they'll be cautious and check it, but the damage has already been dealt. You know, it doesn't matter.
Shroud's not going to go there again, especially because there's the last round.
Or do you do super mind games and do it again because you think you do it again? You see? Mind blown, right?
But this time we have Sean Gears now again being left alone to defend bomb site A by himself. Shroud playing on the highway, ready to rotate at any time, and actually he's going to go ahead and do that. It looks like they have spotted out the players in A main as they make the entry. Lex getting the entry frag on Freakazoid. Sorry, that was a kill on mid that Lex got that. It's an A split. Both of them falling at mid to nothing. Nothing falling from behind, though, and Anger taking control of the bomb site. It's now 1-on-1, but the bomb is in a very difficult spot to get to for Anger.
And that's GG. Skadoodle winning yet another 1vx situation.
Call me.